right, shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High and the proper names in the Paleo-Hebrew tongue. I want to say, Call Halayim, La Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakadash, Ma'amaf. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, who the word ignorantly and willing to call God or Jehovah. Bahashim meaning in the name of, Yahweh Shai meaning he who delivers, who the word ignorantly and willing to call JC today. I want to give a double honor to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well, and another double honor to my elder as well, Ahar One, Beyonce Allah, of the Lions Den Camp here in Jacksonville, Florida. Salutations to the 144,000 hopeful elect, pushing this truth across the four winds, and to the 1/3 remnant believers on Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, Shalom, Shalom. It's going to be a quick lesson off of a video, a movie that I saw, last night when I got off. It's called Lockdown 2025, and it was on Prime Video. It was on Prime, and I seen the trailer when I was at work, on the TV. I said, all right, well, when I get home, I'm gonna watch the movie, and then Yahweh Ratazah, I can get a lesson, basically off the movies. But basically, Esau's predictor programming. I'm not gonna play the video, but it's called Lockdown 2025. It's a low quality movie. It look like a Tubi movie. But basically Esau trying to let us know, the things that he gonna be doing in the latter days. And in the movie, he had the typical scoffer, the Jake father, who was basically a scoffer. He had heart problems in the movie, and his family, he was basically in the beginning of the movie, some Jehovah Witness came to his door, and he was basically scoffing at him, like, saying, didn't they pass a law to say that y'all can't, come door to door? And the pastor in the movie was saying, Babylon has fallen. Babylon the Great has fallen. He was, in the movie, all throughout the movie, they kept quoting Revelations 18, Revelations 18 throughout the whole movie. Like 3 different people saying Babylon has fallen, Babylon has fallen. But the father, the scoffer, he didn't want to hear it. His family was kind of taking heed to it, but he didn't want to hear it. And throughout the movie, he was so focused on riches, trying to hit the $1 billion jackpot. He put all his faith in trying to hit a jackpot for the $1 billion lottery. And he kept saying, I'm gonna hit this jackpot. So right when they was about to say what numbers, the winning numbers, basically, he the damn EMP hit. Hackers had hacked, the same thing that happened on that movie, Leave the World Behind. The hackers had not hacked everything. You see what I'm saying? And shit just started going left. You seen stuff in the sky, the moon dark, and they kept bringing out those scriptures. The moon shall be darkened, the sun shall not give her light. People looking at the sky saying, where's the moon, the stars, and the sun? But a lot of prophetic things took place in the movie. What Esau basically trying to give what he feels going to happen, during the day of the Lord. But I got this first precept in the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. And it says, in verse 1, it says, but of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night, right? And they kept bringing out these precepts because the uncle, the man's wife, brother came over, and he kept saying, he comes as a thief in the night. He comes as a thief in the night. And the scoffer is basically like, nigga, that's them drugs. I would never believe nothing you say. That's the, even though all these things taking place, he was still scoffing, man. Waiting for the TV to come back on and see if he was basically gonna win that $1 billion jackpot. Esau keeping this bread and circus around, to keep the people, asleep. And it says, 1 Thessalonians 5 and verse 1, but of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourself know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. Salakia. Verse 3, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Right? And the son brought out this precept in the movie. He said, but I think he brought out the NIV version or something like that. But it says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then shall sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. And then when he brought out this precept, it made his dad even madder. His dad started calling him a conspiracy theorist. But throughout these last couple of years, conspiracy theorists have been right, and everybody that been listening to the system, they the ones who've been taking the most L's, via those blood clots they was dying from running down to Egypt for help. A Jake at my job, he was basically saying that I was asking him, well, why you took it? He said, I got health problems. He got mad at me for asking him why he took it. And a few weeks after that, because he had a patch in his fro, he had to get brain surgery. He's like, I don't know what it come from, man. I bet he ain't right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just sitting there looking at it. Well, maybe it's them 2 doses you took. That's what I was thinking to myself. Maybe it's those 2 doses you took. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't even consider it that maybe that was it. You know what I'm saying? But a whole lot of things, man. It says we not in darkness, basically. So it's not going to overtake us as a thief in the night. But 2/3 of our people is going to overtake them as a thief in the night, because they too worried about coming up here in this society, generational wealth, what they going to do to make sure that their children have generational wealth. You see what I'm saying? Winning a lottery, their music career, they worry about all these things. You see what I'm saying? And the Lord ain't on their mind at all, man, when it's all said and done with. But it says, verse 4 again, but ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day shall overtake you as a thief. Ye are all the children of the light, and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep, as do others, but let us watch and be sober. So, right, we sober-minded, man. We watching. We watching for the prophecies. We watching for everything that the Lord said was going to happen. You see what I'm saying? And praying also, so we may be able to escape these things, and also blowing the trumpet, to let our people know the things that's coming, So ultimately it says we're not drunken, in the night, man. We are of the light. And it says, verse 7, for they that sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet, Salakia. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet the hope of salvation. So right, when it's all said and done with, man, we're gonna trust in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, when all hell break loose, and not move in haste. You had Jake was caught up with his Issachar. He was caught up with his woman. He had to hurry up and run back home to make sure his family was straight. When it was all said and done with his, so as he running, in the streets, they declare martial law and all these things. Helicopters blowing at him, he getting shot at, all type of things, so you just see people just going crazy. And ultimately had somebody breaking their house, that whole second Esdras 15 spirit, when it's all said and done with. And these are things that are coming upon the face of the earth. And Esau know that's why he constantly, put out that predictive programming, to let the people know without letting the people know. But ultimately they drunken in the night, so they're not going to be on point anyways when it's all said and done with. This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, and verse 17. This I say, therefore, and testify in the Lord, that ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk, in the vanity of their minds, right? All hell breaking loose around this man. Only thing he worried about is a $1 billion jackpot. It's hitting a jackpot. That's the only thing on his mind. Winning that lottery. You know what I'm saying? It says, verse 18, having an understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of Yahweh through the ignorance that is in them because of the blindness of their heart, right? Worried about the cares of this life. How they gonna basically keep generational wealth for the next 20, 30 years, and what they gonna do to put their children through college. That's the thing that's going through 2/3 of our people's mind. But you got the hopeful elect saying, well, maybe this the year of all the prophecies to take place. Yahweh Razah, waiting on the mandate of the Revelations 13 and 16. Well, 2/3 of our people, they not worried about it. They gonna run and take it. Having that ignorance because of blindness of their heart. And it says, verse 19, who being past feeling, having given themselves over unto the lasciviousness, to work of all uncleanness with greediness, right? And that's what they do, man. They once they gain a little bit, they want more and more and more and more. You see what I'm saying? And ultimately pushing away the understanding of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, because Salakia, they basically don't care what they do or how they, how they get rich. They'll do anything, any wicked thing to get rich. You see what I'm saying? Where to where it caused them to be in either a heavy nigger spirit, gang banger, or a TD snake spirit. You see what I'm saying? Just doing whatever they can to come up. Not caring about what they can do to push forth the words of the Lord. You see what I'm saying? And it says, let me see. And it says, who being past feeling had given themselves over unto lasciviousness, to work all uncleanness and with greediness, but ye have not so learned Hamashiach. If so be that ye have heard him and have been taught by him, as the truth is in Yahweh Shai, that ye put off concerning the former conversations the old man, which is corruption according to the deceitful lust, and being renewed in the spirit of your mind, as that ye put on the new man, which after Yahweh is created in righteousness and true holiness. All right. If you have true righteousness and holiness, you're going to put on that new man and call on the name of Yahweh Shem Yahshua in truth and sincerity, and not and use this world but not abuse it. 2/3 of our people, they overly abuse the world, man, to where it put them in a spirit of falling into diverse temptations and a hurtful snare and a trap. Because they doing anything that they can to try to come up, man, when it's all said and done with. But when you come out to Yahweh Shai, you got to put on a new man. You got to put on that new man and be renewed in the spirit day by day when it's all said and done with. And this next precept is the reason why I got it, kind of all over the place, because the movie was all over the place. So I'll just be, writing down my scriptures. But this is the book of 2 Peter, chapter 3 and verse 1. The second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you, and both which I stir up your pure minds by the way of remembrance, that ye may be mindful of the words which were spoken before by the holy prophets, and of the commandment of us, the apostles of the Lord and Yahweh Shai, and the Savior, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lust, right? And that's what the father was doing. He was scoffing to where his whole family was started to turn against him. And I didn't get a chance to finish the movie, but his whole family started to turn against him. His wife wanted to leave him. His son, his daughter didn't want to be affiliated with him because he was an unbeliever, basically. You gotta it says, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lust, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation. For this they willingly are ignorant of that by the word of Yahweh the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the waters, whereby the word that then was being overflowed with water perished, the world But the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. So, right, man, the Lord basically flooded the whole earth and only saved 8 people. You know what I'm saying? So now in this upcoming destruction, the Lord is bringing fire upon the earth, which is the second death when it's all said and done with. And it says what? Whereby the world that then was being overflowed with water perish, but the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly man. So right, man, let the wicked be wicked, let the righteous be righteous still, let the wicked be wicked still. So basically, the Lord is finna, destroy 2/3 of our people right along with that, right in that sore slaughter that he got, for Basra, ultimately. And they're gonna take part in the judgment of Esau, Edom, basically. This is Zephaniah chapter 1 verse 14. It says, the great day of the Lord is near. It is near and hasted greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, right? And that's what you saw. You had everybody outside looking at the sky. The sky was turning different colors, green mostly. And you had people quoting these scriptures, bringing out certain scriptures, but we got to just watch the movie. And it says, you had day of clouds, you had missiles falling from the sky, you had everything, fire, fire everywhere, all type of things. And in the midst of all that, Jake kept saying, well, it's going to get better when all this over, and then this and that, you know what I'm saying? That just shows that how the day came up upon him as a thief in the night. It says, the great day of the Lord is near. It is near and hasted greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of gloom, wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of the trumpet of the alarm against the fit city and against the high tower. And I will bring distress upon man, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung, right? And everybody was calling around on these little radios, basically trying to say, hey, do you know what's going on over there? Do anybody know what's going on? Because ultimately they didn't know what was going on. Verse 18, neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, for he shall make even a speedy radiance of all them that dwell in the land. So right, everybody who ain't got that thawab, when it's all said and done with, that mark of exemption, then basically you're gonna be caught up in it. You're gonna be caught up in it, man, because you don't have the spirit of the Lord. You didn't do the will of the Lord. When it wasn't a trend to do so. It had all our people, they want to be demons. They want to fall out to these rappers and celebrities, and that's who they look up to. So when it's all said and done with, the Lord's going to cause them to walk like, they already walking like blind man when it's all said and done with, but he ain't going to even get into no explanation on what's going on. They're going to just run from trouble to trouble, not understanding what's going on. So when Esau covered that order out of KO, that solution, they're going to run to the solution. Just to feel some form of hope. They're going to run to that solution, and then they're going to take whatever he got to offer. But this is the book of Revelation chapter 1 verse 7. Last precept, it says, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierce him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, Amen. So right, Yahweh shall put up in a giant chariot, and everybody looking at the sky, and looking at the lights and the color of the clouds and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? So ultimately, man, when it's all said and done with, you wanna be occupied in a meditation of the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shah, occupied in these prophecies, so that day don't overtake you as a thief in the night, man, when it's all said and done with. And I pray that the lessons are edifying. Shalom, on to the next.